Chapter 1, I Am Boy. Narrative written and read by Gray Doolin. Baby Birch character hand-drawn by Gray Doolin. I was born into a working-class family in Iowa City, Iowa in the early 80s. My parents married super young and I was a middle child, sandwiched between an older brother and a younger sister. The first house I lived in was in a tiny blue house on F Street. Some of my happiest memories there include riding the glider on our swing set, cruising on my Cabbage Patch big wheel, and learning how to snap my fingers, whistle, and tie my shoes. Our home away from home was the Pentecostal church I grew up in. We spent multiple days there per week, attending service, youth group, choir practice, you name it. The people at church were my extended family. I loved singing and how close I felt to God in that space, although I probably wouldn't have used those words at the time. When I was 5 or 6 years old, I came out as trans to my parents. I didn't use that label at the time. It was 1987-ish, and I was a tiny human with no concept of trans identities, but I declared myself with pride nonetheless. I am boy. It was so clear to me who I was. For lots of reasons, my declaration wasn't okay. It was 1987-ish. Who was talking about trans visibility and how best to support trans children? My parents did the best they knew, which was to engage in what I refer to as gender coercion. They refused to buy me any bike but the pink and purple one. They paid me $20 in 5th grade to get my ears pierced. They used the Bible and God against me. I distinctly remember my mother sitting me down after school one day when I was in 1st grade to read me Bible verses about needing to accept the way that God made me. The irony of that does not escape me. Not only was I getting these messages from my parents, the outside world wasn't too keen on my gender-bending ways either. I got picked on in school, I was bullied by other kids, I got harassed in public restrooms by adults and children alike. This went on for years. The overarching message? It simply was not okay for me to be boy since I was born in a female body. How did my child self hear that? I am not okay. Something is wrong with me. I was detestable, unlovable. I did the best I could to abandon that part of myself so I could get my needs met, belong, and survive. And I also kept my short hair and preference for boys' clothes all throughout elementary school, even while riding down the street on my pink and purple bike. But the damage to my sense of self and safety in the world had been done. Stay tuned for more of my story as embodied by Baby Birch. For more of my work, you can follow me on Instagram at Gray Doolin or on YouTube where you can find the series of these videos, also at Gray Doolin.